Should we raise the federal minimum wage? I would say it depends on the situation. In LA, there's a serious problem, and guess what? That is a homeless problem. So the connection between minimum wage with the homeless problem would be cost of living. As long as the cost of living will rise, I would say yes, it should be rise. First, I'm going to explain the connection between the minimum wage and homeless problem in a more specific way. Then I'll talk about why we should care about this to solve the homeless problem. And last, I'll talk about some example of what living costs are. First, why should we raise the minimum wage? That is associated with homelessness problem. People become homeless when they cannot pay all their living expenses. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported, 6 million workers, or 1.9% of all hourly paid, non-self-employed workers, earn wage at or below the federal minimum wage in 2019. That year, 82 million people were paid hourly rates, making up to 58% of all wage and salary workers in the United States. This provides in the United States, over half people are living with federal minimum wage. So if we don't raise this, then the cost of living, if that keeps increasing, the homeless population will explode. That is why I say the minimum wage should be raised. Second, cost of living is still rise and it never fails. Besides, the minimum wage is not increased, and that makes the population of homeless people increase. The consequences would be there are a right bunch of homeless people living on the LA streets, and then maybe crime will be increased as well. Finally, LA may be a dangerous area. In the city of LA, 41980 people were classified as being homeless. As Fox News reported, we are able to know how this problem is serious because if we don't approach to stop unemployed people increase, that will directly associate with homeless population increase. That is why I say we should care about to solve the homeless problem. One example of living cost is the price of house. According to the Zumba website, that shows the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in LA CA is currently $2,000. This is a 30% increase compared to the previous year. Will, which is a website to help users to know utility bills in LA, reported the basic monthly utility bill for a 915 square foot apartment in LA is around $146. This is another example of living costs. Besides, people will need to pay for their food. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics found LA area households spend $5,000 on their food at home and $3,000 on food away from home. These living costs are just common things. Depending on each person, they have to maybe pay something extra. Maybe they have a kids. So those expenses are rise. The supply cannot satisfy the demand. So if those costs rise, but the minimum wage is still low, as a result, people will become homeless. To conclude, minimum wage should be rise if the living costs are increasing. Long story short, low income and high spending are directly associated with people become homeless. So my suggestion is yes, minimum wage should be rise.